What's going on, my reflections? Wanted to get out on this camera, talk about a few things today. I hope y'all miss me. I know you do. But anyway, let's talk. What do I have to say to the people today? Feel me? Do I keep repeating the same message over and over, getting back to the tropics? Or am I really trying to, is there something serious here going on? And that's why I keep saying the things that I keep saying, you feel me? So, I'm back again, and I want to talk to you guys and really connect with you guys. I got a video coming soon. I did it offline. I didn't want to do it live because I wanted it to, it was going to be long. And when you're on a live, you have to, you only get like an hour on the live, so I made the video offline. And basically, it's going to be posted on my channel. The video is basically me explaining my life story and the 21 years that I've been, or 22 years, since I've been logged in this earth realm, and my experiences coming into my balanced self and coming into my higher self, you feel me? So I just wanted to express something with you guys on this camera and let you guys know that it's never too late to do the right thing. It's never too late to get back on the righteous path. Don't think just because you did something bad today, it doesn't mean that you can it doesn't mean that you can't fix what you've done. If you feel like that you can never ever get back to the righteous path, then you're highly mistaken. You feel me? I've been where you was. It's not easy. I know you can't just go cold turkey on stuff. You can't just go cold turkey on being vegan, unless you really got the strength to do it. You like smoking cigarettes. Some people can just stop smoking cigarettes just like that. You feel me? So, what I realize is, I want to share. Hold on, real quick. All my videos are always like get caught. All right, I'm doing the video, but nah, you good. What did you need though?
Popcorn, that was good.
All right. So I was my bad. That threw me off a little bit, but I wanted to get on here and express how I felt about people not believing in that they can do the right thing again because they did a bad thing. It doesn't matter if you did a bad thing today. You are forgiven already before you even thought about forgiving yourself. You've already been forgiven by the universe. You feel me? So I had my experience to where it took me a while to even vibrate out of Babylon because, well, everything is divine timing. So I guess it didn't take a while. It took me like a couple of months. And I only had found out about CarbonNation in January. So it didn't really take me a long time. But in that time, it felt like a long time to get out because, when you're trying, the universe is just like, when you're getting on this frequency, you're going to be tested and you're going to go through your trials and tribulations. And you're going to get crucified by your Babylon family, and the people around you are going to crucify you in that time being. So I went through something that was more like, I found out about the knowledge, but I went to sleep, woke up, went to sleep, woke up, went to sleep. And so like, when I found out about the knowledge, I was smoking weed, and I was what else was I doing? Smoking weed. I was drinking a little bit. Because I was fucked up. Like I had everything fucked up in my reality. I couldn't see my chart. It shows I have Venus and Virgo, and we can really abuse drugs a lot. And so I was running from my problems by doing this. Like when I wanted to stop with my like when I wanted to just push my problems away and all the stuff that I had, I wanted to use marijuana to soothe in my pain or soothe in my my emotions because that's what felt good. But something that feels good doesn't mean necessarily it's good. You feel me? It might feel good, but is it good for you? Not really. It's bad for you. And so I was smoking and I was drinking a little bit. And here's the thing. When I say it's never too late to get back on the righteous path, I mean it. Like, look at me, I'm living proof. That's why we are here. That's why I come from where you come from. I came from America, you know what I'm saying? I came from that place that you was in, and now I'm here trying to testify that I went through what you're going through right now. And I've been there. You just got to go through it because the universe is testing you. Although it's not easy, you feel me? You're going to have to be tested. So me coming into nature and coming into the tropics, you feel me, and joining my family, I indulged in marijuana and liquor while I knew about the knowledge. But it was because I had a lot of things that was hidden and fucked up in my own self that I had to heal from. And so when things got rough, whenever things got rough in my reality and things started to change and people started to crucify me basically, and I did it to myself. Like, nobody did it to me but myself. And so what I did was, when to really go into detail, facts, reflection, how you doing today? Peace, reflection. So to really get into more details, I had a Babylon child, right? If you don't know by now, yeah, I had a daughter back in Babylon, and I've talked about it a lot, but I'm gonna talk about it more in my video that I got coming, my personal life story video that I got coming on my channel. But so when I was in Babylon, I was staying with my Babylon grandma at the time. So and this time me and the baby's mom, we were not together, we were split up. And I didn't have a job at the time. Like, I quit my job when I knew about the knowledge, like in cosmic currency. Like, I quit my job and I was like, fuck all that. And so when I was done, I wasn't working. Most of the time I was taking care of her, and I was going out with my friends smoking and drinking, right? So in that time period, I got frustrated at myself. Now, I took this out by not truly giving my daughter the full attention that I needed to give her, right? And so what I would do is, I would either be in my room and my Babylon daughter would be in the living room with my grandma. So my Babylon grandma, but I'll just say grandma just for this purpose. So like she was always with my grandma. My grandma was always taking care of my Babylon child, my daughter. And I would be in the room, like, because I was fucked up. Like, I wasn't ready to have a child, you feel me? But I can't say that, because everything is divine timing and everything happens for a reason at the right moments. And so at that time, I was like in my room, I was very depressed and I was very sad, you feel me? I didn't really appreciate, where I was. And of course I didn't appreciate where I was, because I knew it was bullshit. And I knew that I had to get out of Babylon. Like, I knew that it wasn't for me. And when I tapped into the knowledge, I really started to just watch the videos, and I would be in my room watching videos, or Chief would be live, and I didn't want any distractions, whether it was my daughter or, I didn't want any distractions, and I did good. See, it's not just me annoying my daughter. It wasn't me just annoying my daughter. It was just a test from the universe to see if I was really about the knowledge. And so I really was. So what I would do is just I would lock myself up in the room, and I would have her go play around in the other house with the other family members, in the house with the other family members. And that way I'll get my full attention would be on the knowledge, and I would stay focused on that. Or it would be times where I would be asleep, and I would sleep a lot, just because I was like, I was still eating meat at the time, and I had a lot of demons in me, bad thought frequencies. I had a lot of bad thought frequencies. And yes, it's because of the environment around you, but it all starts from, it's all mental, you feel me? So if you can change the way you're thinking, then you could change your reality. And that's what I started to do. I started making videos. I really started working hard in the knowledge, and I eventually stopped smoking weed. It took me a while, like I said, because the universe is always testing you. But yes, I did succeed in that, you feel me? And it wasn't easy at all. but there's no excuses. You feel me? You got to really be about this knowledge. You got to really be about this lifestyle, because if you haven't found something that you're willing to die for, then you're already dead. You feel me? So how I got out of it, basically, I started to really just look at my reality. Like I was really like, yo, when I smoked weed, when I was over my friend's house and I was high, I was like, damn, like, why am I keep doing this? This is how you gotta come up out your slumber, come up out your limbo, as you would say. Study your natal chart. If you're in Babylon, study your natal chart to the T. Make sure you really take the time to study your natal chart, because your natal chart shows the patterns of your mind that's happening in your reality right now. Your natal chart is literally creating a pattern of how you're living. So if you can manipulate that pattern, you can manipulate the way your energy is, you can control your reality. So that's how I stopped smoking weed. I kept looking, I was like, damn, I keep going out every night, and I need to cut off what no longer serves me, but I wasn't doing it. But I literally sat in the room one day, and the universe, like, it was crazy, because when I said I wasn't going out with my friends, they would always call. Like, I had somebody call me, like, yo, you want to hang out? You want to smoke? I was like, hell yeah. Like, but it was one day where I was like, damn, the universe tested me. Like, what do I do? Once I passed that test, once I stopped doing what I was doing, peace to all the reflections in the room. Once I stopped doing what I was doing, and I really cut off what no longer serves me, all the blessings started coming my way. All the blessings started coming my way, reflections. It was like it was being blocked, because I wasn't following the universal laws. I wasn't being Mayat. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait to be CarbonNation. Don't wait to do the right thing. When you come here, do the right thing right now, so you can vibrate on a high frequency of where you at, so you can already, because everything is mental. It doesn't matter where you are. Everywhere you go, there you are. So you have to study your natal chart and study the patterns of your mind and see how it works. And when you be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, best believe the universe is gonna test you and throw something right in front of you and see if you're gonna grab the bait. But you got to be able to, like, nah, I'm not doing that today. You feel me? And the moment you do that, the moment you pass your test and you grow, you spiritually grow. You feel me? So that's how I got over my my issues with smoking weed and drinking. You feel me? I knew drinking was bad in the first place, but I just liked to do it because, I was blaming it. I was trying to be a victim, but no, I did it to myself. Everything that happened to me, I did it for a reason, for me to grow even stronger in my reality. So when I conquered the way the pattern of my mind was working, I conquered my reality, and it's like passing a video game. You feel me? It's like I passed it. I was like, yes, 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 and things just started coming my way. You know, so like I said, it's not easy, but if you can catch it, it's not hard, reflections. All you have to do is know thyself. That is the greatest weapon that you have, is knowledge of self. The more you know yourself, the more you master yourself, because you know how your mind works and you can manipulate that energy. You feel me? So if you can see how your reality is playing out through the patterns of your astrological programming, that means that you can accomplish anything you want. You feel me? You can accomplish getting out of Babylon. Don't wait to do the right thing here. Do the right thing where you are, because everything is mental, and everywhere you go, there you are. You feel me? So when I stopped smoking weed, it was amazing. When I stopped eating meat, I felt great. The more I stopped doing those things, and even if I know in the knowledge, okay, we know the science behind Babylon. We know that they spraying you with chemtrails and they're modifying the DNA through CRISPR. We know that you're not really grounding. You're living in a nervous system that is like, if you look at the towers, that's the nervous system of Babylon, but that whole body is like this evil little thing that's like tearing everybody apart. You feel me? And you look at that, and there's so much electricity that's going around, that it's too much electricity, that's when you ground, you're not even grounding. We know the science behind Babylon, right? We know that you're not getting enough sunlight. You're getting UV A, but not UVB, right? Reflections. Yes, you are not getting organic sunlight, and you're not getting organic food. You're not getting it truly from the earth. You're not getting the 4 elements. You're not getting what you need in Babylon. But, or not but, look at, although you're not getting that, still, what I would recommend is doing, like acting, pretty much being carbonation where you at, because that's how you're going to vibrate out. You feel me? Doesn't matter if you're not getting or if you're not in the tropics. Still apply the knowledge where you at, and I promise you it's going to work out for you because you're applying it where you at, because the universe sees the good intent you have. This is what I did. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped drinking the liquor. I stopped I stopped eating meat. And guess what? Every day I would go outside and I would ground. You feel me? I wouldn't have a shirt on for most of the time. I would go outside. I didn't have shoes on. I didn't have shoes on at all. If I had the shoes, I would have the shirt. I had to go to the store or something. That's the only time I put on a shirt and shoes. Other than that, I was always grounded. Get yourself a tent. Go out there. The universe, if the universe sees that you have a good intent by doing what we're doing, where you at, and then eventually the reason why is because when you're thinking on a high vibrational, when you're thinking high vibrational thoughts, you're not there. You're not in Babylon when you're thinking on a high vibrational thoughts. When you're in your tent and you're not in Babylon, you have isolated. This is true isolation. When you can be somewhere, no matter where you are, and you can isolate yourself and ground and have a tent and be vegan, you are already on the frequency and you've already vibrated here. You feel me? So eventually your your universe is going to bow down to you, and you eventually end up here because you applied the knowledge of where you apply the knowledge where you was. So the more you start to apply the knowledge of where you at, eventually you're going to end up, your reality is going to show this. It's going to bless you even more because you're doing the right thing. And the universe sees that you're doing the right thing because you take one step towards the universe will take 2 steps towards you. You feel me? Facts. Damn, I thought I was doing something for myself grounding out here, but that makes so much sense. I'm grateful. And you are reflection dreams. You are, when you're grounding, get yourself a tent. When you're grounded in Babylon, that shows that you have a good intent anyway. So you're going to vibrate here anyway. But the first thing a woman should do, I have to say this, is I'm not here to be like, oh, like be my direct. No, this is for the women in the live. Apply the knowledge, but one half of the knowledge is applying the knowledge where you at. The other half for women, the feminine energy, is submitting to a man and finding a man that you can submit to and let him lead by example through his knowledge. Use his knowledge and logic. Use him and submit to the first thing you should do is seek a man. The moment you seek a man, the universe is going to provide for you and you'll be taken care of. So the masculine energy is like the proton. Just like, what's a good example? Okay, let's look at this right quick. I like using this example. All right, these leaves right here are purple, right? They're melanated. You right? So, all right, these leaves right here have a certain color on it, right? The masculine energy of these plants that are flowing through here is the protons. Everything is atoms. Atoms are everywhere, right? So in the atom, you have the proton, you have the electron, you have the neutron, right? The proton is the masculine energy, right? Now, the proton, you might not be able to see what's going on behind what's in front of you, the expression of the leaves. But if you look into the leaves, they're purple, right? But the proton has codes that are sending it to the feminine energy, which is the electron, and that electron expresses itself through a color, right? So this color has a code that the proton sends out to the electron, and this purple that you see the color on it is the feminine energy. But what's behind the color, the science behind the color, That's the proton. Everything is mathematical, right? Just like my hands. Or just like music, right? There are codes and mathematics behind music, but that expression of music is the feminine energy, right? So just like these plants, they have a certain color to it. This color to it, or look at this. It has a feminine energy to it, right? So this feminine energy is the expression of this beautiful color right here. You feel me? But behind this is the proton that sends signals and codes to that. And that's why nature is a balance. You feel me? So, I'm pretty sure most of you reflections have seen Master Teacher Nubian's video on how to ascend, right? Now, ascension. You have to look at ascension. You are not here to just ascend. You feel me? Not to just ascend. We have a much greater purpose than that. We are here to convict the weak and collect the elite. Gather up all their cells and all the bad cells and wash them away. They're going to wash away through nature. But we're here to gather the elite, which is the immune cells, to heal the planet, right? Now, ascending would be getting out of Babylon. That's true ascension. Now, when you come here, that means like I came here, I've already ascended. I've ascended to, the point is to stay balanced, to stay on this frequency and not to get perturbed. To be balanced is the true key to life, is to be happy. Stay happy. When something's sad, okay, conquer that. But get back on that plane of being happy. Get back on that emotion of being happy, right? Balance is high. High is balance. Nature is balance. So once you get out of Babylon and you come to the tropics and you come to nature, what does that say? It means that you ascended from where you came from. You ascended from hell, as you would say, to heaven. You got to look at Babylon as a realm, a symbolism of hell, and then come back and look at nature as balanced, as heaven. You feel me? It's all symbolic. So,